Hey, good morning. Jesus is still Lord. Thank God the Word works. Yesterday I talked to you a little bit out of Mark, or rather Luke chapter 10, where Jesus entered into Mary's house and she received him, but she didn't receive him. Now I'm going to run that one by you again. She received him, the person and his disciples in the house, but she didn't receive him for who he was. And so she got cumbered about many things. And Jesus said this to her. He said, Martha, Martha, thou art cumbered about many things, which led her to get offended at her sister and everybody else and caused her to try to put pressure on them to do what God had called her to do. Now, I'm really going to go somewhere deep on this today. It's a little sunny out here this afternoon, so maybe too much light, but I believe you're going to hear this, okay? Not look at me, but hear this. When God tells you to do something, now listen, He does not call the equipped. He equips the called. And where we've got a lot of problems in ministry today is ministers think that what God's called them to do, it's up to you to pay for it. And they put all kinds of pressure on you, appeal letters, begging on the telephone or begging on the television program or whatever. No, if God's called you to do it, it's His job to pay for it. Now, watch this. I like some of these little statements here. Let me go back and use that one again. God doesn't call the equipped. He equips the called. Well, in the same way, watch this. I want you to get this. Where God guides, He provides. So what you have to do is put your trust in Him. Over in the book of Psalm, it says, when the desire cometh, it is a tree of life. Pat and I prayed about so many things, and I can tell you that everything we've ever prayed for has already come to pass. One thing that we're working on that hasn't yet. But if I feel like God wants me to go to Honduras and hold a week-long meeting, it's up to God to pay for it without me having to put pressure on you, to do what God told me to do. Well, see, Martha got offended at Jesus. She got offended at her sister. She got offended at everybody else. And she said, Lord, bid them that they come help me. Well, listen, I believe in seed time and harvest and all of the stuff that's been taught, but here's what I want you to get. Where God guides, He provides. What God tells you to do, He'll do. And you've got to receive Him rather than just let Him in. I love this statement where Jesus said to the disciples, but who do you say that I am? And Peter said, Lord, thou art the Christ. So when I say this, who do you say that Jesus is? Is He your healer? Yes, He's mine. Or is He the one that helps you by giving you the money you need? Yes, He's mine. I receive Him as Lord of every area of my life, not just, the salvation of my soul, which is vitally important. But I receive Him as Lord over my body, over my family, over my finances. I receive Him as Lord over everything. Therefore, I'm not going to get offended at Him or you or everybody else. And I'm not ever going to have Jesus say, Frank, thou art cumbered about many things. But then He went on to say, Mary hath chosen that good part. I'm going to choose the word. You're going to choose the word. The word's going to produce until I'm with you tomorrow, saints. Remember, Jesus is Lord. Thank God the word works.